everybody. Welcome back into Divine Frequencies. It's your girl, Evelyn Michelle, aka EM Divine. You guys, oh my gosh. I'm trying so hard not to cry right now. I officially have a 13-year-old. Like, oh my gosh, where does time go? Y'all, my baby turned 13 this week. It's so huge. I know. I'm a crybaby. I know. It's crazy. I'm actually like a really hood person, but I'm really sensitive. But y'all know, seriously, like, it's such a huge deal for me because, like, man, if y'all would have told me, like, we would be where we're at in life right now, like, I would have looked at all y'all like y'all was just insane, like, genuinely insane. Like, my firstborn, man, she taught me everything about what it is to be a mom, a woman. She literally gave me the strength to, like, push forward, you know? Like, once I had her, I knew there was no chance of me giving up. Like, no matter what, no matter how tough life got, and life has got really, really tough for us, you guys. Like, no matter what, I knew I was never going to give up. No matter how angry life made me, no matter how heartbroken I felt, no matter what, I knew I was never going to take that out on her. You know what I mean? Like, man, I'm just so happy. I'm so happy. So I just wanted to start off by showing you guys a couple of the clips that we've had from this week. So I hope you guys enjoyed these ones.
As much confetti as possible.
I think you're right. Y'all, that Hello Kitty toy was driving me crazy. I knew that was a great idea. I knew she was going to love it. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy she loved it. You guys, I really don't have a lot to say this week except that my heart is so overfilled with so much joy and gratitude and love. Like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot kind of like messy in my life right now. Like, for example, my car still doesn't have a heater. I went to Ace Hardware store to get some fuses.
You guys,
I figured out the
feel like
fuses.
so much
That's not
anxiety because I
working.
walked
So
into
I
Ace
think it's
Hardware.
either like the thermostat. I'm thinking like if I just change the thermostat, then like everything will be okay, you know? I'm trying to really preserve this car because I would love to be able to have something to like give to my daughter when she turns 16. But that car needs a lot of work. So we'll see. We're going to see how everything goes. I'm not a mechanic, but there is YouTube. So we're going to see if your girl can figure it out. I'm just praying that I don't mess it up. No, this year actually has been more than what I could have ever asked for. I really did my thing. Like, I did my big one this year. I did my big one and nobody could tell me anything different. I set up my studio. Let me show you guys this. So it's not fully set up, but I have my booth. These are sound blankets because what I would love to do is actually be able to clean out my garage and actually build a booth. You know, I have a friend from Vegas who is willing to come and like build the booth for me. But y'all, cleaning that garage is gonna be a pain. Like, I've been working on it throughout the year, so I'm hoping by like next year I can get it done. Just we'll see how it goes with my schedule. But yeah, so this is like my office space. So eventually what I would love to do is be able to move this back into my bedroom so that way when that inspiration hits, I can just hop up in that booth. But then when I really am about to like lay down a lot of tracks, I would love to be able to have like a studio that I can actually go to, you know? And then this room, I would love to use this room to really just focus on. Right now, I'm still in the process of writing my second book, The Art of Coming Undone. Let me show you guys that. I haven't actually showed you guys anything. Let's see. So I've been working on a couple of different books, okay? I don't know why I can't turn my camera. Oh my gosh, I need to learn how to become tech savvy. Okay. Anyway, so this is what I use. This is Scrivener. Yeah, it's all done, ready to go. I just have to figure out how to get the manuscript off of the computer. So that's my second book. And then I've been working on my other book, which is called Raised by Fire, and that one is actually more about like my life journey. So that one's going to still take a long time to go, but I officially own all of my ISBNs now. Well, 10 of them, which I found out is not a lot. So real fast. So ISBNs, when you're actually like wanting to get into book writing and stuff, your ISBNs are what you're going to need to be able to get your books put on to like Barnes and Noble bookshelf, to be put out on Five Below shelves or any bookstores, okay? But here's the thing with that. When you own your ISBNs, each version of your book has to have its own separate ISBN. So like if you put out a Kindle book, if you put out a hardcover and a paperback book, they all have to have their own ISBNs. So I decided that I wasn't going to use any of my ISBNs for my poetry book. I will, but I have other books that I want to put out first. I'm also going to use this office space to maybe do a photo shoot. And yeah, this is just going to be my little quiet space. But not just that, I'm also actually wanting to turn this room into like my meditation room. So I want to try to keep it as empty as possible, but maybe one day I would be able to really be able to get like a big sound bowl. And I don't know if I want live plants because I don't have a green thumb, but I'm trying. I have a little garden bed in the back of my house where I've been trying to plant some things and get things to grow, and it hasn't been working too well. I just want a home that feels like peace and that allows my creativity to flow and flourish. Honestly, that's all. So those are some things that like I've been thinking about. You guys, I'm closing out this year and I'm really just like, I really can't say this enough. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself. A lot of you weren't here for like the very beginning of this year, and I'm not gonna lie, like I said it in my very first vlog, I was really lost. You know what I mean? I really feel like that was God's way, though, of getting my attention, you know, really, and not just getting my attention, but really teaching me how to like open my heart and connect with him more. And I needed that. Now, don't get me wrong. I live in both worlds. You know, I'm very, very spiritual. You know, I honor my ancestors. I believe in the energies, keep my chakras aligned. But nobody in this world can ever tell me that God doesn't exist, because I've seen God work in my life time and time again. And I do believe that like God shows up different for everybody, though. You know what I mean? Like what I may call God, you might not call God, whatever, that's your business. Like all I know is that I'm just here to love and accept everyone. And that's what I try to do. I'm just enjoying being present this year. I have so much that I'm doing in the background of my life. It's crazy to think that I am literally a single mom of two with a very, very tiny support system. And I've been doing my big one. I'm getting closer and closer to releasing my EP. I'm going on my very first cruise ever with the kids. This is what you called living in an answered prayer, because there were so many nights where I would just stay up and pray. So many nights, like I would not sleep through the night. I would just pray. I would just pray and pray and pray. And now I'm like, this year really taught me what it actually means to move in alignment, like genuine alignment. I stayed true to myself. I showed up as myself, even in the moments that I was really uncomfortable. I got distracted some, but I always got back on track. I think that's why I move the way that I do in life, because it's like on one end in my music, that confidence, that almost arrogance comes out of me, because I know that I've earned that right. Like nobody can tell me nothing. But not just that, because that really is a part of me. But it was a part of me that I really had to work on to understand and to embrace and to embody and to love, like genuinely love. And then on the other end, like my regular self, like I'm just like this. So I love being able to share both sides of me with you guys. So I've been working on a new song. And before I get started, I just really want to say, like, shout out to Frugi. He's the one who I got all my beats from. Like, I'm really appreciative because this was the therapy I never even knew that I needed. And because of him, I was able to really start stepping into like finding my own voice again, you know, and it wouldn't have even been possible because I didn't know how I was going to make it happen. But I'm really appreciative of him. And then also to my mixing engineer, Don Unk. Shout out to you. I'm going to link his information down below too, y'all. He's a beast. Look. I learned grace from the pain I ain't speak on. Learned patience from the nights I ain't sleep long. Had a mother my kids with a ghost heart. Still show up with a smile like it ain't wrong. Stay soft in the world, they ain't feel me. They judge first, but the struggle really built me. They want peace, but they ain't pay no dues. I got wisdom cause the battlefield healed me. I done cried in apartments with no floor plan. Turn eviction notes into my own game plan. I'ma fly where that bloomed out of concrete. Now I walk light, but I carry what God speaks. There's still some kinks I have to work out. But that's what I've been focusing on. Because, okay, so I'm going to be so completely honest. I've never really liked to be tough, y'all. Like, I had to grow up being tough. Like, I'm a softie. I'm such a softie, man. I've had to protect myself for so long. It literally has been me. You know, like, don't get me wrong. Like, I've had a few people here and there step up, but it's always, protection in my life has always fallen on me. And, you know, it took me a long time to understand what protection actually was. And I think that's part of the reason why I got in like so many chaotic relationships when I was younger, was because I would always mistake physicality as protection. But if I'm being honest, like, people who just really get loud and want to yell, or all of a sudden fighting on the streets, like that scares me a bit. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I still get scared because I have to like think of what to do. Like, do I run? Do I stay? Like, I actually freeze. I freeze. And I've learned that about myself. I have a freeze response that I didn't even know, you know. But yeah, so like I had to really take some time with myself and unlearn like that physicality. Understand that there are other forms of protection in life aside from physical. Like, for example, there's emotional protection, having somebody who listens to you, who gives you that reassurance when you need it. Not the validation, but the reassurance. It's different. Or spiritual protection, having somebody who prays for you, even when you don't know that they're praying for you. They say a little prayer, you know, to whatever source they believe in. There's stability. Stability is a form of protection. Now, do I believe that you should base your entire relationship off that? Absolutely not. Life has so many ups and downs. Like, don't get me wrong. It's nice to be prepared. It is nice to be prepared, but sometimes you just got to go with the flow. There's mental protection, you know. That's somebody keeping you mentally strong, not allowing you to overthink. You know, there's so many different forms of protection that I've learned in my life. And I think that's also changed the way that I've navigated, you know, when it comes to the situations I used to put myself in, the types of people I hang around. Because it's like, now I only want to align myself with people who radiate that same energy for me, you know. Don't get me wrong, I still hold space for everybody, because just because I'm growing doesn't mean I haven't been in situations, or doesn't mean that I haven't experienced things. I probably experienced more than the average person, but I want something more stable for me, you know. I really do. I want home. not chaos. And so I've been learning what that means. And this year really showed that. And not only have I been learning what it means, I have been learning how to step into that in my life everywhere I go. So that song, it's really just about that duality that I have in me. You know, like, I'm very tough. I'm not fragile. I'm not a fragile person. I never could afford to be fragile in my life, but I am a very soft person. I am a very soft person. I'm somebody who needs a little bit more care, a little bit more love, tenderness. That's it. TLC. Just somebody who needs a little bit of that. So I have been reflecting on that this week. And I've just been so happy this week. I'm exhausted this week, I'm not going to lie. But even in my exhaustion, I just take a moment and I'll look around and I'm like, thank God for choosing me, for making me one of his strongest soldiers. Because I wouldn't be who I am without all those experiences, and who I am genuinely amazing. You know, they didn't give people like me, women like me, much options. You know, it was, we're either going to die, we're going to go to prison, or we're going to just probably end up in a crack house someplace. Now, don't get me wrong, I've been in a crack house. I ain't never done crack, but I have been in a crack house, baby. And I'm like, no, that's not true, because I'm literally living proof of that. I hope one day, like, if y'all really want to ask me, like, what my ultimate dream is, I'm going to have a nonprofit organization one day. I'm going to have a nonprofit organization, and I'm going to help people. I want to change the world. I want to change the world, whether that's through my poetry, through my books, through my music. Maybe I might not be able to change the world, but I want to try. I want to try. I want to, who knows, maybe one day I'll own my own record label and actually be able to use that in my nonprofit organization to give youth the opportunity to come and express themselves and create music that's really true, and help them with artist development and give them a safe space to genuinely create. I used to hate working in a bank. Like, I was like, oh my gosh, this is so adult. Like, what am I doing here? I don't even feel like I belong. But honestly, working in a bank has been a blessing, because I've been learning so much. And my bank is so good. Like, the company that I work for is so amazing. I prayed for so long to have a company like this, like, that really sees me as a person and, like, really loves the community. And so I've been learning about small businesses, setting up LLCs. Okay, let me go show you this. Hold on, let me go grab this. Okay, so this is my business finder. If you watched the day in my life, then you've seen a little bit about it. Don't mind the soft in front of it. That's just for me, for my heart, to remind myself not to go too hard. But it's actually going to be called the Power Society, because everybody in life has power. Like, and I'm here to help everybody unleash it. And so, yeah, I actually this year established it. It's an official LLC. I'm like, oh, so now I know how to go through that process, and I'll be able to help people. So I have, like, different sections. Like, this is my CEO vision. And so my vision is to lead a multi-dimensional brand rooted in authenticity, power, softness, and spiritual alignment. I'm trying to build a movement. No, not I'm trying. I am building a movement that not only inspires, but transforms. My role is to guide each platform, from the Soft Power Journal, Power Through the Mess, and eventually my nonprofit organization, through the mess with strategic clarity and divine purpose, allowing them to reach those who need the most while preserving the integrity of the message. I worked so hard on this. Like, I think when I started putting this together, was the first time in my life I really realized, like, I know where I'm going in life. Like, I really know where I'm going. I might not always know how I'm going to get there. Sometimes I feel like I'm a little behind, but actually I realize that I'm actually right on divine time. So 2024 to 2025 is what's called my foundation year. So where I was finalizing my LLC formation and branding foundation, launch and building consistency across all my platforms. I'm still working on some of that, but that's okay. So now, as I'm entering into 2026, I'm going to start looking into how to go through the grant process. Now, thankfully, there's so much information out there. Like, there's so much information out there. I'm just not always somebody who like feels comfortable asking, so I kind of struggle a little bit, and I'm like, let me take the hard way. But there's so much information out there. And yeah, so I'm actually going to go through this process this year. So it's not much, but one day I believe it will be. We plant seeds in this life. You know what I mean? We plant seeds. And there was something that was said to me. Somebody told me something a while ago. They said a legacy are just flowers that bloom that we never see in this lifetime. And at first, like, it really got to me. It really got to me because what does that even mean? That means that, like, what? You know, I don't know. But the more I sat with it, I just have to say, I don't agree with that. I am watching my legacy bloom. I'm watching it with every seed that I plant. I see it with my kids. I see it with me. You know, maybe my name might not ever be in Shining Lights, you know, but guess what? I'm still here. And this is going to be here for somebody else on their own journey, you know? And is that not what we're here to do? Are we not here to help people? Are we not here to extend our hearts? Are we not here to try to leave the world a little better than where we started? I can't help that I cry. I am so passionate. I'm so passionate. I'm passionate because for the first time in a long time, I believe in me and I believe in my vision. I have believed in my vision so much that it has even pushed me into isolation. Not because I want to be isolated, but because I've had to learn how to really be okay with walking alone on this path, because not everybody is going to see that vision. Not everybody is going to believe that, but I believe in that. And that's all that matters to me. I believe in it. And I know that I have God on my side, and God is going to open every door that is meant for me. Every door. And I just want to say to anybody who is out there and might feel like it's impossible for you, it's not. It's not impossible for you. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm probably going to run across a roadblock eventually, you know, eventually. I might not know how to get around it, but I'm going to trust my process. I'm going to trust this process. And now, I also want to say that just because you have a vision like this, don't allow life to pass you by. Allow yourself to stop and just embrace what it is that you see around you, what you feel. Don't get so caught up on the plan. The plan is already in motion because you're in motion in your everyday life. Yes, you have to have discipline and there is structure, and you have to have some type of help along the way. But all of that is going to come at the right time. You just have to have a little bit of faith, trust, and pixie dust. Anyways, that is what I have for you guys today. It's just a little reflection of where I'm at. I could really use a fun, like a little bit of fun right now, to be honest. I could use a little bit of fun. Yeah. Don't get me wrong. I'm fun, but I could use a little break from reality for just a little tiny bit. Thank you for tuning in to Divine Frequencies, and I'm going to see you guys next week.